Python Date and Time Basics. Welcome! Today you will learn how to work with dates and times in Python. Dates and times are important for many real-world programs, like logging events, scheduling reminders, or showing a clock. You will see how Python helps make sense of days, months, seconds, and even how you can calculate with time. Running the cell now. Let us get started with Python dates and times. Why should you care about dates and times? Applications like calendars, alarms, and logs all use dates. Working with birthdays, deadlines, or tracking habit streaks needs date math. Time zones and clocks are important in global programs. Running the cell now. Knowing how to use dates helps you build smarter programs. To work with dates and times, first load the right tool, the datetime module. This line loads Python's datetime module. You need it whenever you want to work with dates or times. Running the cell now. Try importing the module yourself. See if you get an error. Let us find out what day it is today, using code. Let us see how to get today's date from Python. Python can show you the current day in year-month-day format. You can print it or use it in calculations. Running the cell now. Can you guess what format Python shows the date in? Try running this code again on another day and watch how it changes. Now, let us create a date for a past birthday. You can also make your own date by giving a year, month, and day. This is helpful for birthdays, holidays, or project deadlines. You can print any date you create. Running the cell now. Try changing the numbers to your own birthday. Pause here and make a date for your own special day. Let us do some date math to find out how many days have passed since that birthday. Dates can be subtracted, just like numbers. You can find out how many days have passed since a special event. This makes it easy to count ages or days between two things. Running the cell now. Think of real-world uses. You could count down until a holiday. Try comparing two other dates and see what you get. Next, let us see how to get not only today's date, but also the exact time right now. You can get both the date and the time at the same moment. This is useful for clocks, logging when something happens, or making timers. Running the cell now. This shows even the seconds and microseconds. Look at how long the output is. Breaking down a datetime object. You can get the year, month, day, hour, minute, and second separate from a date time. This helps you show only what you need. Running the cell now. Let us try extracting just the year or hour from the date and time next. Now, let us pull the parts of the date and time apart. Once you have a datetime object, you can get each part using dot notation. This helps when you want to display dates in your own way. You can mix and match the pieces for custom clocks or reminders. You can even check for morning or evening by looking at the hour. It only takes one line to get the exact minute. And the second part is just as easy to ask for. Running the cell now. Try printing just one part, maybe only the year, or maybe only the minute. Think of a project where you would need to use this. Formatting dates and times. You can change how a date or time looks. It can be written with slashes, spaces, or words, depending on what you want. Python uses the strftime function to format things. Running the cell now. Changing date formats can make your programs friendlier for users. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you are finding this helpful. Let us write the date in a friendlier way, such as June 15, 2000. You can use codes like %b for the month name, %d for the day, and %y for the year. This lets you make dates look friendly, just like you would see on a calendar. The datetime function is a shortcut for making custom strings from dates. Running the cell now. Try changing the format string to use dashes or slashes between numbers. Pick the style you like. Let us print the time in a shorter, clock-style way. You can create a clock or timer by showing just the hour and minute. %I is for the hour, 1 to 12, %M is for the minute, and %P shows AM or PM. This helps create digital clocks or reminders. Running the cell now. Test making a time string with seconds added too. Try showing it in 24-hour format, that is %H, %M. Getting user input for a date. You can let users type a date, and then work with it in your code. Use the input function and the datetime.steptime function to convert a string into a date. Running the cell now. Let us ask the user to enter a date next. Let us practice accepting a date from the user. You can enter any date you like. This bit lets someone type in a date using the keyboard. The input gets turned into a real date using steptime. You can now use user_date in your program for comparisons or calculations. If someone types the wrong format, Python shows an error. That is normal for now. Running the cell now. Try entering today's date and your birthday. If you like this lesson so far, share it with a friend so they can learn too. Now, let us see how to make this code safer for user mistakes. Let us add simple error handling so your app does not crash with bad input. To avoid crashing if someone types a wrong format, you can use try and accept. Try means have a go at this, and accept means if there is an error, do this instead. This makes your programs more friendly and less likely to break. If the user makes a mistake, your program can now help them understand what went wrong. This print statement tells the user what the problem was and encourages them to try again. Running the cell now. Try typing something like the 1st of January, 2024 and watch for the special message. Try running the cell again, but enter the date in the correct format. Great job! Let us keep going. Next, let us see how to add days or weeks to a date. You can create a chunk of time called a time delta. This example makes a span of 7 days. You can add or subtract time from a date using these spans. Now you know how to find what day it is in a week. Running the cell now. Try making a time delta for 100 days and add it to a special date. What would be 100 days from your birthday? Let us see how to count down to a big event, like New Year. This code figures out the number of days left until January 1st of next year. Calculating time until a holiday or deadline is useful for reminders. You can customize this for any date you want. Running the cell now. What event would you want to count down to? Try changing the event to your next birthday or another special day. Let us keep a list of some important dates and show them all. You can store several dates in a list. This makes it easy to keep track of holidays or appointments. The for loop goes through the list and prints each date in a pretty way. Now you know how to loop through many dates at once. Running the cell now. Try making a list with your family's birthdays. Loop through and print each one with a custom message. Let us filter a list so we keep just the important dates still to come. Lists can be filtered using a special shortcut called a list comprehension. This code finds only those dates that are still in the future. You could use this trick to show users what is coming up next. Running the cell now. Try doing the opposite, get only past dates. Use deal today. List comprehensions are powerful tools for handling lots of data. Let us sort a mixed-up list of dates. You can put dates in order using the sort method on a list. This helps organize schedules or timelines. After sorting, the earliest date is first in the list. Running the cell now. Try reversing the order so you see most recent first. Use mix.sort, reverse equals true. How could sorting be useful in a to-do list? Let us tie everything together with a simple mini project. This is a birthday reminder. Let us build a mini reminder app. This example tracks friends' birthdays and prints the next ones coming up. You can see how a list, dates, a for loop, and date math all work together. This is a real-world use for everything we have learned so far. Running the cell now. Try adding a friend's name and date to the list. Could you use this for work deadlines or school assignments too? Now let us make our birthday reminder more personal. Enter your own information and let the code check for you. Let us add your own birthday to the check. This uses input to ask for your name and your birthday. The code checks if your birthday is less than a month away. If so, you get a special reminder. Otherwise, it says your birthday will still happen later. Running the cell now. Try entering today's date as your birthday and watch the result. Add a friend's birthday too. How could you show reminders for both? Do not forget to like the video and subscribe for more coding walkthroughs. Common mistakes with dates and times. Forgetting to import the datetime module. Using the wrong format for input or strftime or stirptime. Mixing up date and datetime types. Not handling time zones. For now, keep it simple and use local time. Assuming date subtraction always gives a number. It gives a time delta object. Running the cell now. Look out for these in your own code. Nobody gets it perfect the first time, it is all about practice. Let us see a quick tip for getting now with less typing. Here is a shortcut to get both date and time in one go. You can import just the part of the module you need. This keeps your code short and clear. Running the cell now. Try using the shorter import style when you only need a little bit from a module. Now, you are almost at the end. Recap, what did you learn? How to get and create dates and times in Python. How to format them for friendly output. Doing math with dates for reminders and counters. Making lists and loops for tracking many dates. Handling user input and errors. These are skills you can use in real apps. Running the cell now. Now, practice with different dates and see what ideas you can come up with. Thanks for learning with me today. If you enjoyed this lesson, remember to like the video. Leave a comment with your favorite date trick. Subscribe for more coding walkthroughs. Share this with your friends. Happy coding. Running the cell now. You did it. Keep experimenting and have fun with Python and dates.